नहमदुहु व नुसल्ली अला रसूलिहिल करीम अम्मा बाद अऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम. So we are in the second half of the afwal, like we are learning verbs. And in the verbs, in the first part, we learned the families of the word, which are only six families, which the special part about them, they only had three root letter words, and we call them Salasi Mujarrad. Yeah. However, in order to understand more words, we need to learn more families with additional letters. So we have like 10 of them, and we learned already Bab If'āl in the previous session. And how many extra letters we had in Bab If'āl? We had 2 extra letters. And we learned a lot about it in the 2 sessions. And I hope that you can retain and you remember some of that information. So today, the family we are learning is known as Bab Taf'eel. What is it known as? Bab Taf'eel. And this also have 5 letters. There are 2 additional letters. So if you remember in Bab If'āl, the first letter was the Hamza with the Kasra. Then there was the Fa, then Ain, and then there was a Alif here. On the 4th position, there was a Alif and the Lam. So in this family, we also have 2 additional letters, happens to be in the same position. The one of them is the Ta, and the second one additional letter is the Ya. So what are the asli or the original root letters? The Fa, Ain, and Lam, right? So this lecture, since we have done extra work in the first 2 sessions, this is just a repeat of the same information with a different family. Making sense? We're just dealing with a different family, but everything you have seen will be applicable. So inshallah, the learning will be less by 50% because you are now just making association of the previous knowledge with the new family. Yeah, with a show of hands, is that sound like a good plan?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, good, mashallah. So we have the letter Ta and the Fa, Ain, and the Ya, and the Lam, and it sounds like Taf'ilun. Now, do we remember that in a Fi'l Muḍāri, there is a Ta, which is the Alamat Muḍāri? Yes?
Yeah.
Yes. So, but we are not going to confuse this Ta with that Ta. Yeah? So, we'll learn it as we go. So, now, if I follow the same pattern, I took the letters away, and I only kept the harakas and the additional letters, and I made a template. Now, if I give you root letters like Ain, Lam, and Mim, then if you put it in this pattern, it will become Ta, Lim. What did it become? Ta'lim. Now, how many people already know the word Ta'lim? Right? We know this. This is our daily, like in daily routine, we say something. Now, what is ilm? Ilm is knowledge. Yes?
Yeah.
And alim is the person who is the learned person. Yes?
Yeah.
What is muallim? Muallim is the person who gives ta'lim. Yes? Who gives knowledge. So you can see that these 3 root letters, when they go into different... Brother Fahad, you have a question? Okay. So when these...
No.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, it was just a mistake.
Yeah, no worries. Okay. So what I want to show you also, that these root letters, they have meanings when they are in a certain pattern. When the pattern changes, their meaning also changes. Now, what is the difference between ilm, teaching, and ta'lim? You will also figure out it by yourself, because you know that in ta'lim, there are stages and it is continuous. Like a person will go to grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4. So there are levels. So when you see the word ta'lim, it has something to do with teaching and ilm and knowledge, and there is a person who's teaching it, but the system of ta'lim is more continuous. more, like in a certain level. So you go from level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. Is that making sense?
Yes.
So also appreciate the fact that when these words come, they have a certain characteristics as well. So if I give you dal, ra, and sin, so then it will become tadris. Have you heard the word tadris? Okay. Have you heard the word dars? Have you heard the word darrasa?
Yes.
And have you heard the word mudarris? Mudarris is another name for a teacher, yes? The person who teaches, yeah? So tadris is teaching. Okay. Sad, dal, qaf. If you put it in this pattern, it will become tasdeeq. What is tasdeeq? A confirmation. When somebody else looks at your work and he affirms that I testify, it is correct. Agree? Is this word a new word for you, tasdeeq? Have you heard it in the past?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. All right. Is the sound quality okay? Let me see. All right. Similarly, if I give you sin, ba, and ha, what do you get out of that?
So,
Tasbih. What is tasbih? When you praise. Tasbih is to praise something. Okay. And do you do tasbih every day when you say Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, Allahu
yeah.
Akbar? Do we
Yes.
call that act tasbih? Okay, good. All right. Then let's take a look at some more words. Same pattern. The root letters are Zal, Lam, and Lam. It will become Tazleel. Yes? Humiliation. Have we seen this word or have we heard this word before? Tazleel? And I'm sure the people who are from Pakistan, India, and Bangladesh, or they know Urdu or even Farsi, these words are in our vocabulary. Yeah? Okay. If you say Ra, Sin, and Lam, then it will become Tarsil. Tarsil is sending. Now, when we took the words Ra, Sin, and Lam with Bab If'āl, it was Irsal. Does Irsal has something to do with sending also? Okay.
Yes.
What about Rasul?
Yes.
Does Rasul also have the Ra, Sin, and Lam? Now,
Yes.
Rasul is the messenger.
Yes.
Yes. So all these words, they have either similar meaning or little bit different meanings or different characteristics when they go from one family to the other family. Yeah? Okay. So fa, ha, mim. Who can tell me what this would sound like? Taf, tafhim. Tafhim mean understanding. Have we know this word tafhim from our daily vocabulary? Yes, we have. Okay. Sin, lam, and mim. Now, when you take this word sin, lam, and mim and put bab and ifal, it will become Islamun. Islamun, right?
Yes.
Okay. If you put it in the tafeel, it will become taslim. Taslim, to thank you. Okay, or to agree, I think. But maybe it's that taslim is thank you, but more of an agreement, right? When you taslim something, when you
Taslim is like more, accept it.
agree, acceptance, yes. Okay.
Does it mean submission as well or no?
Taslim, you can say part of it can be a taslim mean to agree, to mean to submit. Yes, we can take that, but we will take a look at the dictionary to get to the real meaning. But just you get the idea. What am I trying to show you here? That you have seen these root letters, right? And you have also seen different patterns. So when you put, some of them also belongs to other patterns. Like for example, Ra, Sin, Lam is also from Bab If'ālun. So it will become Irsalun. Yeah. Arsala, Yursilu, Irsalan. So you have to look at the Madi and the Muḍāri and the Maṣdar. Yeah. Aslama, Yuslimu, Islaman, Bab If'āl. And then we will also look at the Bab Tafeel in a minute. Sallama, Yusallimu, and Taslimun or Tasliman. Okay. Some of the other words, and some of them repeat: talimun, tadrisun, tasdeequn, takzeebun. Have you heard the word takzeeb? To deny or to,
Yes.
what do you call, jhutlana? Yeah. Okay. Takreemun, to honor something. Taslimun, to accept something. Takfirun. Have you heard the word takfirun from kafara?
Yes.
Okay. Tadbirun. Yeah.
Yes.
What about takdirun? Yes. Are
Mhm.
they all, seems like now they're fitting the Bab Tafeel pattern?
Mhm.
Yes. And what about takwirun? Do we have a surah named Takwir?
Yes.
Yes. Tazlilun, ta'rifun, tazkirun, tajdidun. What about this? Tajweedun. So when you're saying I'm learning tajweed, you're basically using a word from the Bab Taf'eel. Yes? Okay. Tanzilun. Is tanzilun similar to nazala, anzala, inzalun,
Yes.
nazzala? These are all different. What are the root letters? Noon, zal, and lam. And when they go into different patterns, the different families, they make a different shape and they have a slightly different meaning. Yeah. Okay. Tasbihun. Yeah. Okay. Tanbihun. Have you heard the word tanbih in Urdu or in other languages?
Yes.
Okay. Tabdilun. Is tabdil also sound like taf'eel?
Yes.
Okay. Tazhikun. To mock somebody, to make fun of somebody. Tazhikun. Tafhimun. To understand. Tarsilun. Sending. Targhibun. What is targhib?
Encourage.
Encourage, motivate. So when somebody says we should learn Quran, we should learn Arabic, so basically they're giving you targhib, they're trying to motivate you. Okay. Tawheedun. And this is one word we all understand. Okay. So once we understand that, now we need to understand how the Madi will be. What is the Madi pattern of Bab Tafeel? And it is fa'ala. What is so important about this? And it is easy one, because what happened on the Ain Kalima? It only has a Shadda. Yes? Do you see a Shadda on the Ain
Yes.
letter? Yes. So if you want to make a Bab Tafeel Madi, you take the Ain Kalima, you take the first siga of, fa'ala, and you put a shadda on it. Are the harakas are the same? Fa, ain, fa, ain, lam. What are the haraka? Fatha, fatha, fatha. The only thing we added is the shadda. Yes. And similarly, the Muḍāri will be yufa'ilu. Say it with me. Fa'ala, yufa'ilu. Okay. So, yeah. If you know this pattern, do you have any trouble making the 14 variations? Let's try.
No.
Okay, so fa'ala, fa'ala, fa'alu. Similarly as fa'ala, fa'ala, fa'alu. Yes. But the only thing difference is now the ain letter has the shadda. Yeah. Fa'alat, fa'alata, fa'alna. Yes. And now fa'alta, fa'altuma, fa'altum,
Al-Tum.
fa'alti, fa'altuma, fa'altunna.
Al-Tum.
Yeah. Am I saying it right? I have to say Shadda, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Okay. Fa'altu, fa'alna. That's
Al-
the Madi. Yeah. Now, if I give you a pattern, Ain, Lam, Mim, then fa'alla will become allama. Yes. Is this become allama?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, fa'ala will become allama. Fa'alu become
Allamu.
allamu.
Lamu.
Yes. Now, if you have this side by side, then do you have any issues substituting the letters?
No.
No, right? So this one, I just wanted to, do
Lamu.
it for you guys so that you know that once I know one pattern, even from the fa'ala pattern, anytime I have another family, and as long as I know the Madi and the Muḍāri pattern, I simply have to substitute into that pattern. Yeah. Now, do you have to learn anything new over here?
No.
No.
Fa'alat and af'alat and fa'alat, aren't they similar sounding words but different patterns?
Yes.
Yes.
So in the Mujarrad, we had the fa'alat. She did, right? In the
Brother Abid,
If'āl,
can I
yes,
ask a question,
yes,
please?
yes, please go ahead.
Yes, I understand that Bab Taf'eel had two extra words, which was ta and ya. I lost somewhere how that happened to have two ayn instead of ta and ya.
Okay, all right, you're right. So basically, the part you're asking is
That's
this.
the Madi.
Okay, so remember, even in the Bab If'āl, we had the If'ālun, yes?
Yes.
But when we went to Madi,
Yes.
we said af'ala is the Madi pattern, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Because the If'ālun is the Maṣdar. Maṣdar mean that's the noun, that's the name of the family, the name of the verb. And
Okay.
from that name, we take out other patterns. Yes, that's why the Maṣdar is different, and the Madi pattern is different, and the Muḍāri pattern is different. So in the Bab If'āl, the Madi was af'ala, and the Muḍāri was yufilu. Remember that part?
Yes.
Brother Abid,
Yes.
if I
Yes.
can remind, in the previous lecture, we said that all these families, we will start the word from the Maṣdar.
The Maṣdar, the detail about the Maṣdar I gave, that in these families, the good thing is the name of the family is the name of the Maṣdar. That is,
Correct. Yeah.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Because
that's the
then
first thing we learn for
that's
every
the
new
first thing
word.
we learn, yeah. So Bab Taf'eel is the name of the family, and Taf'eel is the Maṣdar. See, there is a Dammatan at the end. There is a
Mm-hmm.
Tanween at the end, right? So it is
Yes.
not, it is a name. It's the name is ism. So it's not a verb, right?
Okay.
Right? So from the Maṣdar, we derive other, we extract other things, other words, which can be a verb, which can be a ism al-fa'il, ism al-maf'ul. So the Madi we extracted from Bab Taf'eel is fa'ala. And again, who did it? This is the people of the Arabic grammar did it. We are just trying to learn. Now, in the previous slides, or the first session, I had the steps that how it becomes from Bab If'āl to afala. But since we were getting lost in a lot of details, so I took that slide and didn't even show it to you. But if you have time today, we'll go back. But if you trust me and you understand the fact that these patterns are coming from the people of the grammar, they said for Bab Taf'eel, the Madi pattern is fa'ala and the Muḍāri pattern is yufilu. Yufa'ilu, right?
Okay.
Is it yufa'ilu or yeah?
إفعال.
Yeah, yufa'ilu. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's how I got this the girdan. Now the girdan is identical. Sister Unada, you have a hand on?
Yes, I want to ask you. So, I do understand this. This is the Madi pattern, and
Yeah.
the name of the Bab is the name of the Maṣdar.
Yeah.
But when you have those 10 measure things that where you put like measure one, measure two, are those like Bab, or they are like, what is measure in
Okay.
Arabic?
So, okay, that's a good question. Let's go look at that. Measures, wazan, bab. These are the different names given by the Arabic language. So we call them bab or wazan or measure. These are the different patterns we have in the Arabic language. Yes? Is that making sense?
That makes sense, but then the confusion, what Sister Homa was also saying, and I have this confusion too. So, for
Yeah.
example, now
Yeah.
over here, if you look at it, the second one is the one that we are learning right now, Bab
Yes.
If'āl, correct?
Yes.
So
So they
why
have,
is it saying like the Madi pattern over here instead of
okay.
the
Yes, understood.
Tafeel?
Now I get your point. So basically,
This is the confusion.
okay, all right. Sorry. So
Yeah.
the thing is, remember we said in Arabic language when we are learning the verbs, we take the first siga of the Madi. Yes,
Okay.
right? We take the first siga of the Madi. So now, since I looked at this slide with your point of view, I think I should have added another name of the family here on the side so that it says Fa'ala is Fa'ala and fa'ala is the Bab Tafeel. So I understand what you're saying. So
Yeah,
this
it's just like that's why just sometimes I'm looking and then I'm just getting confused as
okay.
well. And that's why I asked you last
No,
time as well
no worries. I'll
about
get it.
If'āl.
I'll get it
Yes.
improved. But the actual thing which we missed and we didn't even ever go on it was this slide that look form 2, and again it's over here the same thing. It's taking the Madi first
Yes.
pattern and okay.
Yes.
No, it's I can inshallah fix that. And but this slide is the name. So if'alun, taf'ilun, mufa'ala, tafa'ulu.
Yes.
So we are on right here, right now
Al-Tafeel.
on this one. Yes. And since I'm here, let me show you if I can also find this slide. So
Yes.
so this one, we know that Bab is If'al. How do we make Mazi? So the people of grammar, what they removed the extra letters. Yeah. They only remove the alif here. So when they remove alif, it will become If'alun. Yes. This is the steps they showed. So if you take this extra alif out, what will it become to If'alun? It will become If'alun.
If'āl.
Yes. In the second step, if you remove the haraka, then we have without any haraka the same word, right? We don't know how to say it yet. Then based on the Madi Siga of Fa'ala, they took Fatha, and then the Sukun, and then we need to figure out what is going to go on the Ain. And they took Fatha. So this is how they came up with this pattern. Agree? And this is something we would have to learn. We cannot argue with them that how they did it, because this is not our language, and this is how I learned it. Yeah. Sister Homa,
So when you're
yeah.
sorry, when you're talking about these steps, so the steps are like basically this is how it's gonna be kind of a thing. It's not
Yes.
like there is no kind of a rule in there. It's just like this is what
No.
they have done.
No,
Took out the alif.
Yes. So
And then
similarly,
okay.
they did the same thing here. Let's say if we take a look at this one, let's complete this one. So we were talking about Bab If'āl and the Muḍāri. So we got the af'ala from the Madi. So remember, what is the alamat Muḍāri for ya, right? So we would have to add the ya.
Yes.
Yes. So when we add the ya to the alif, it will become ya'falu or ya. I mean, we don't know the haraka yet. So then we put the haraka, it will become yu'af'ilu. Yu'af'ilu. Yes. It sounds good when you say yu'af'ilu.
No.
No. Does it have stickiness on the tongue because it's not very smoothly flowing out of your mouth? So the Arabic people don't like that kind of words. So what they did, they removed the alif. So when they remove the alif, it becomes yuf'ilu, right? So for you guys, what I did to not to confuse you too much, I simply said we would have to remember this, that Bab If'ālun, the Madi is af'ala, and the Muḍāri is yuf'ilu, and the Maṣdar is if'ālan. Why? Because the Arabic people, prefers to write it in with the nasab pattern. This is the rafa pattern, and this is the nasab pattern. Yeah. Okay. So now brother Wasim said, what is the difference? Remember, we went on this slide in the very first session that when you have nazala is from the Thulathi Mujarrad, right, brother Wasim?
Yes.
Brother Wasim, you with me?
Yeah.
Okay. So remember, the nazala, the root letters are noon, zal, and lam, and it's from Bab Daraba. When you look at Bab Daraba, nazala is the Madi and yanzilu is the Muḍāri, meaning he descended. He descended or he came down. Yes, nazala, something is coming down. In that meaning, the action happened on who? Himself?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. But when you say with Bab If'āl, it becomes anzala. And the Madi is anzala, Muḍāri is yunzilu. To reveal something else. Okay. Now, does that make any difference? Himself bringing it down himself or bringing down something else? Is there a difference in the meaning now?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's take it to the next level. Remember, I said there are verbs which are known as Fi'l Lazim. How many people remember Fi'l Lazim? In the Fi'l Lazim, you only have the file.
Brother Arabic,
Just
can I
one
give?
second. No, 1 second, Brother Naseem. I'll let you just hold on. Let me just finish the thought here, right? So how many people understand Fi'l Lazim? Show of hands.
Compulsory.
No show of hands. Nobody knows Fi'l Lazim?
Mm.
Yes, Sister Onaiza. Sister Onaiza, you want to answer or you have a question? Okay.
I think I know Fi'l Lazim, I think, which has, if I'm not wrong, it has to have the, the
Okay.
Lazim one is with the, where you have the file and the fail,
Yes,
if I'm not wrong.
that's
And
right.
the Mutaddi where it's not required, like it can be without the maf'ul. Sorry,
Okay.
Fi'l Mutaddi is Fi'l Lazim, sorry, is the one that object not required, and the Mutaddi
Is
is
the
there where
object is required.
object is required.
Okay, good.
Yes.
So, Jazakallah, that's correct. So, guys, Fi'l Lazim is a verb when you don't need the object. If I say I went, I'm the only one, this file, the fail is affecting me. I really don't need to tell you the more details. When I say Nazala, I descended. There is no need for me to give you the object. But if I say I brought something else down, then don't you want to know what I brought it down? So you would need an object. So the verbs in which you need just the file is known as Fi'l Lazim. And the fail where you need the file and the object is known as Fi'l Muta'addi. So these families, especially Bab If'āl and Bab Tafeel, it is taking the nazala from nazala to anzala, where the action switched from the person doing the action to something else. Is that making sense? Show of hands.
Yes.
Okay. Only one hand. That's not good. Javed. Okay, Javed bhai. Okay. So again, why do we need these words? Okay. Brother Naseeb, sorry, now you go ahead and you were saying something.
No, it's okay. I think you're on the right path.
Okay, Jazakallah khair. So,
Sorry, Brother Abid, what did you ask? Sorry, I missed that.
my question was that now you guys understand that what is the difference between nazala and anzala
Oh, yes.
and Fi'l Lazim and Fi'l Mutaddi? The simple thing without getting into the jargon, if you are required to have an object, that is a Mutaddi. That means you need the fail, file, and maf'ul. And these two families, Bab If'āl and Bab Tafeel, they're taking the meaning into where you are doing the action on something else. There you need a maf'ul. Brother Wasim, is that clear? Or
Okay.
let's jump to some examples, for example. Yeah, let's take a look at this example here. So what it says over here, that the characteristics of this bab is that it converts the Fi'l Lazim into Fi'l Muta'addi. What does that mean? That when you have a fail in this bab, it will require you to have a maf'ul. Agree?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So the letters are Ain, Lam, and Mim. Yes. And the word Allama, Yu'allimu, the means Ta'liman, to teach. Now, do you teach yourself or you teach something else? Somebody else?
Somebody else.
Somebody else.
Yourself you learn. Yes?
Yeah.
Right? So Allama gives you the feeling that you are teaching somebody. Remember in the beginning of the dua, we say Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the best among you is the one who learns the Quran and teaches it. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So Allama means to teach. So look at this verse. Ar-Rahman, Allama al-Quran, Khalaq al-Insan. Allamahul bayan. Yeah. Now, before me explain it to you, do you know what Allama al-Qur'ana is? Do you know Allama? What is Allama?
Yes. Got.
He taught.
Taught
Because
Quran.
Allama is Madi, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Allama is Madi. Then the translate, and is it the Siga number 1? So Allama is he taught. Now, in he taught, who's the file?
Allah. Allah.
No, Allama. Just look
Allah
at
subhanahu wa
Allama.
ta'ala.
Okay, guys, Faiz, brother Faiz, look. I know what you're saying is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did, but Allama, I said he taught. Just focus on the word Allama.
Yes. Yeah.
Allama means, it's a Siga number 1. That means he taught. What is the meaning of fa'ala?
He did.
He
He
did.
He did.
He did.
Right?
He did.
Now, when we say he did, do we have inside file or outside file?
Inside.
Inside.
Side.
Inside file. So, Allama, he taught. We are saying he is inside. And we know he
Yeah.
belongs to, he refers to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? Yes?
Yeah.
In this ayah, we know that he refers to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But Allama itself means he taught. Yes? So the
Yes.
verb is teaching, the file is he. Now, al-Qur'ana, what is the status of Quran?
Quran.
Marifa.
Nasab.
Status, not
Oh,
marif.
status.
Oh.
Is it Rafa, Nasab or Jar?
Nasab.
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 Now, in a verbal sentence, is the maf'ul nasab or Rafa?
Nasab.
Nasab,
Nasab.
right? Is Quran nasab over here?
Yep.
Yes.
Is this the object?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Allamal Qur'ana. It requires to know the maf'ul here. Do you understand what I'm trying to explain here?
Yes.
Yeah, what is
He
it? The
taught,
case?
he
Quran.
taught the Quran. Yes. Now, if we
Yeah.
said Allama, he taught, then aren't you going to be thinking, what did he taught or what did he teach?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's why this word Allama converts the fi'l lazim into fi'l mutaaddi. It requires an object, and sometime it will require 2 objects. Okay, let's do this exercise together. This is a exercise where we are not only applying our verb knowledge, but we are applying all of our learning we have done so far. Okay. Okay. So if I go ahead and say, what does this mean?
He taught.
He taught.
He taught. Agree with me? Is this
Yes.
Siga 1
Yeah.
Madi?
Madi.
Yes.
Okay. If I say Allamar Rahmanu. Now, what will be the example? What is the translation of this?
He taught
Rahman taught.
Rahman.
Most merciful taught.
Taught.
Okay. So what is the difference between this and this?
Outside
So the
file
file
came outside.
is huwa. Are you guys with me?
Yeah.
In Allama, he taught. The file is huwa, inside. Agree?
Yes.
Over here, Ar-Rahmanu. After, is this Siga number 1?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Siga number 1 and Siga number 4 has a very specific, like rule that it has a possibility that afterwards a file can come if you find it in the Rafa status. Yes.
Yes.
Is Allama first Siga, Madi?
Yeah.
And is it for male?
Yeah.
Yes. So this
Yes.
is Siga number 1.
Yeah.
Is Ar-Rahman is the name or the sifat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, one of the sifati naam of Allah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it in the status of Rafa?
Yeah.
Yes. So the file is the most Rahman and the outside. Are you with me on this?
Yeah.
Is this something we learned in the previous class?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, can you call this a verbal sentence?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because there is a fail
And there is file.
and there is a file. Yeah.
Mm.
Now, can you change this sentence into a nominal sentence?
Yes, if you
Yes.
bring
If you bring
Rahman
the
in the
Rahman first,
Okay.
yeah.
So you want to say
Ar-Rahman.
Ar-Rahmanu allama.
Rahmanu
Allah.
allama. Yeah. Are you with me so far, guys?
Yes.
Have
Yes.
this become the now a verbal sentence?
Nominal.
Yes.
Okay. So can I delete some of
Giving
this?
nominal.
Yeah. So everybody else, show of hand, because I don't want just one or two people to follow this. I want everybody to follow this. Okay. So allama by itself is the first siga of Madi, Bab If'āl. And what are the root letters? What are the root letters?
Ain lam mim.
Ain, Lam, Mim. Yes. If you put the Ain, Lam, Mim in Fa'ala, it will become Alima.
Allama.
Yes. Okay.
Allah.
If you put the same thing in Bab If'āl, it will become A'lama. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. In the Bab Tafeel, it will become
Allah.
Allama. Okay. So there is a difference between Alama, he knows, or he knew. So that action belongs to himself only. There is no object. But Allama, he taught. So obviously he taught to somebody else. And that is where you have the mutaaddi. Yes? Making sense? And similarly, when we have a verbal sentence, we can have an inside file or an outside file. And we can also convert a verbal sentence into a nominal sentence.
Nominal sentence.
Right? Okay. So can I delete this?
Yes.
Okay. So let's delete this. And now I'm going to ask you this.
Brother Abid.
Yes, brothers.
Okay. For those who want to cross-reference this to English grammar, allama is called causative verb. So in English grammar, you call it causative verb.
Okay, Jazakallah khair. Okay, so is Ar-Rahman is the beginning now?
Yeah.
Okay. So can I say this is my, is this Rafa?
Yeah.
Is this Marifa?
Marifa. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so can I call it Mubtada?
Yeah.
Okay. So after the Mubtada, do I need a khabar?
Yes.
Okay. Now, can the khabar be a verbal sentence?
Yes.
Okay. So, Brother Tahir, you have a question? Brother Tahir?
No, sorry, that was
Okay.
from before.
So, are you familiar with this Mubtada now? Why this is Mubtada?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Now, can I say something like, what is the, can a verbal sentence be a khabar?
Yes.
Okay. So, Allama is he taught, right?
Yeah.
Yes. What did he taught? The Quran. Yes.
Yeah.
So, is this my fail plus file plus maf'ul?
Yeah.
Is this my maf'ul?
Yeah.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Is he my file?
Yeah.
Is taught is the fail?
Yeah. File. Yeah.
Okay. So can this whole thing be a verbal sentence?
Yeah.
Okay. Can this whole verbal sentence be my khabar?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So Ar-Rahman, the most gracious, he taught the Quran. So this is Mubtada, this is the khabar. Is this a verbal sentence?
Yeah.
Nominal sentence?
Nominal.
Nominal.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
basically, what are we doing here, by the way, guys? Now, mashallah, you are advanced enough to understand this, and you should be able to understand this because this is called the grammatical analysis of the Quranic verses. You are looking at a long verse, or in the Quran it is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. Yes or no?
Yeah.
In the Quran it starts with Ar-Rahman allama al-Qur'ana, or when we stop we say allama al-Qur'an khalaqal insan allamahul bayan. Making sense?
Yeah.
Yes. So if I look at it, Ar-Rahman is one word by itself. But I can also take it as a mubtada. What is the khabar of Ar-Rahman? What did he do? Allama al-Quran. He taught the Quran. Now, is khalaq al-insana, is this also fail?
Yeah.
And there is a
Verbal
file.
sentence again.
Yeah.
And is this insana maful? Is this the object?
Yes.
Is this a verbal sentence?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Can I say this is my khabar 2 and this is my khabar 1?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can a mubtada have more than one khabar?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Then allamahu. If you guys paid attention last session, he taught him. Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So there is a fail plus file plus maful. Yes? So this one whole thing is a verbal sentence. Yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. But is al-bayana, is it nasab?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So this is also maful. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So can I say this is maful 1 for he taught him? Remember about maful? We said who, when, and then what, and how, and where. What did he taught him? The speech. So is this my maful too?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is my whole verbal sentence. Is this my khabar 3?
Yeah.
How many people understand this? Show of hands, please. Okay, mashallah. Very good. Okay. Okay, you can lower your hand. Now, who does not understand this? Now, does that make you happy, by the way? Does that make you feel that you now understand the Quran?
Yes.
Of course.
All right.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay, so let's look at this. Allama, yes? Right?
Yeah.
What is this? Allama. Now, can I make this combination with who, ha, ka, ki? Yeah?
Yes.
So it will become
Allamahu.
allama, who, he
Him.
taught
Him.
him. Okay. Allama, ha, he
Dot two of them.
taught her. Yeah. Okay. Allama,
Dot. Him.
ka. Allama,
Dot
ka.
you.
Yes.
He
He
taught you.
taught.
You.
You male.
Yeah, you male. Very good. That's good. That's very important, right? Okay. Allama, he.
Dot him. He dot him.
Okay. So over here, allamahu, he taught him. Maful 1 is who. Is who nasab?
Yeah.
Is the status of who here nasab?
Yes.
And al-bayan is the al-bayana. Al-bayana is nasab. That's
Nasab.
maful 2. So Bab If'āl and Bab If'āl, there are chances are you will have one maful or two maful because it gives you more details. He taught him. Now you're wondering what did he taught him? Al-bayan. Yeah. Now focus on this surah that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in these 4 verses, he said Ar-Rahman, right? Is in the names of Allah, is Ar-Rahman is the top name?
Yes.
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 Right. Then Allama al-Qur'ana. Now, did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala taught everything? Or did he only taught Quran?
Everything.
Everything.
Everything. But what is his top thing? The
Quran.
Quran. So the top name, the top knowledge. Now, khalaqa. Khalaqa, did he created everything?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. But what is his top creation? Al-insan.
Insan.
Insan.
Al-insana, right? So, khalaqa al-insana. Then, allamahu al-bayana. Now, do the animal, he also created the animals and the jinn and the other people?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can the animal express themselves?
No.
So one of the top quality of the creation of insan is that he can express himself.
Speech.
Yes. So mashallah, in this, just the introduction of the surah, you'd see 4 top things. Yeah. Now, Brother Faiz, we have talked about khalaqa last time, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So what is the meaning of khalaqa?
He
Let's do some easy translation. What is the meaning of khalaqa?
created, or he created.
He created, right?
Yeah.
Can
Yeah.
you omit he from here?
Can I,
Can you-
sorry, do what?
Can you omit he when you say created? Because in the
Yes,
Arabic,
yes, yeah,
no,
yeah.
you cannot omit when you say
Oh,
khalaqa.
because then it won't be
Yes. But now can you say khalaqar rahmanu? Rahmanu. Can you tell me what is the translation of this?
he created, and Rahmanu would be gracious, so he created, he's most gracious.
No.
Rahman created.
Think about it. Yeah, Brother Mansoor.
So the most gracious created.
Yes, the most gracious created. Now, what is the two difference between this sentence and this sentence? Who's the file? File is?
First one, the file is he. The second one is file is most gracious.
Yes. So this is inside file?
Yeah.
And this is the outside file. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Brother Javed, if I say Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahmanu, khalaqa. What is the meaning of this? How would you translate this? Brother Javed?
Rahman created.
No, that will not be the correct thingy. You say the most
Merciful.
most gracious or most merciful. Okay. Then that is one translation, word for word. What is the meaning of khalaqa?
Khalaqa created.
He created. Why are we missing the he?
Yeah, sorry.
Yes. Okay. So remember, what is this sentence? Is this a verbal sentence?
Khalaqa, yes. Yes.
Brother Javed, is this a verbal sentence, the top one?
Yes.
What is this one?
This is Mubtada.
Yeah, no, but is this a nominal sentence?
Yes.
Okay. So remember few weeks back when we talked about it, we said that we can have khalaqa ar-Rahmanu and we can also have ar-Rahmanu khalaqa.
It's 11 hours.
Yeah. So when we change it from the verbal sentence to the nominal sentence, we brought the file in the front. Yes, the subject in the front.
Yeah.
It's starting now. Yes, it's mubtada. But what does it do? It creates the emphasis in the sentence. The most gracious he created. So there is a double emphasis here. Meaning, making sense?
Yeah.
But now another reason I did this exercise so that you guys can understand that how little things can change the structure of the sentence. Yeah. Now with a show of hands, this one little exercise, how does it feel? What do you get out of this? Can somebody tell me that is it something now you have better understanding?
Yeah, we see the greater picture in it.
Okay, so can just show me with show of hands, can show some confidence that this was very good exercise that at this point, because now mashallah we have enough knowledge to apply it.
It makes the
Yeah.
learning practical, so we can apply it when we're reading Quran.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. I'm going to say Mubtada. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then as I said this is fail plus file plus maf'ul.
Mhm.
Verbal sentence. Khabar 1. Making sense?
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm going to say fail plus file plus maf'ul. Verbal sentence. Khabar 2. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
And then same thing here. Fail plus file plus maf'ul 1. Maf'ul 2. Verbal sentence. Khabar 3. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So then I can either combine all of this, and I can say khabar,
Mhm.
and then I can say this whole thing is nominal sentence.
Okay.
Making sense?
That's with the noun.
Yes.
Yes. And that's why when we have the, what do you call, if you look at my pages here, you see this? When I'm looking at Quran corpus, this is
Yes.
these signs and these details is what you see, Wallahu ala kulli shayin qadir is basically a nominal sentence. Yes?
Yes.
So if we look at this one, and let's say the only thing missing here is the label on the mubtada. Yes?
Yeah. Yes.
But this is ala, which is a preposition. Kulli shay, mudafun alayh. Qadirun is the khabar. So in a nominal sentence, we have mubtada, khabar,
Muakhar.
and mutalliq. Yes?
Yeah.
So mutalliq is anything which is jar majroor. Yes?
Yeah.
Jar majroor, mudafun alayh, we call it shib jumla, if you remember that. So
Yes.
inshallah, it's about time that I believe that all of you have the capability to apply it. It's just that you have to have the willingness to try it out on your own.